there you go, Shadowgate. Originally, I think it's a very early Mac game. So, but this has all the modern stuff. You can have commands, audio, text, transitions, graphics, all set to retro. Which we will not. We will not do that. There's a help thing. We will play on normal. Okay. Shadowgate. I need to switch the title real quick. So that people know what they're coming in for. Shadowgate. Oh. Also point and click. Similar but different. Normal. This is the hardcore experience.
A hero's journey? A great quest? Certainly it shall be these things. But for you, young Jer Cuthaka, soldier of Windermere, could it not be so much more? In dreams, I have come to you, beseeching, entreating. Ride south, boy. Take naught but a dirk, a torch, courage. Ride south from Rivellin, around the southern arm, through the Waven Fair Wood, past Myrithath, beyond the citadel of Murlak Tor, and the spires of Gimdane, and the darkness of Tarketh's Pass. There you shall find my stone in wait. Under the shade of the mountain range, none have entered, either on foot, on mount, on wing. Gatekeeper, the oldest of spires, it harbors that which has been spoken of in whispers and ascribed to legend. Shadowgate, the living castle.
Cool.
But all is not as it should be. One of our own is now our great bane. A blight upon us. He has brought the ancient keep low, and it now lies fallow. It is there that you will find me, Lakmir of the Circle of 12. It is there that you will find this great quest. It is there that you will find yourself.
How old school is that? Welcome to the tutorial. Yeah, it didn't work. The intro is good, yeah. The intro is good. Darkfall had too many issues at the same time. I'm not against a point and click adventure, especially not if it's a good one, and Darkfall was not. Apparently it's glitchy, broken, and bugged, and I didn't know about that. I don't check for bugs or anything like that. If I have a game in my tutorial, in my library, I usually end up with the game from some bundle, or I bought it on purpose. But yeah, I can't protect us from all of that. It was very slowy on purposey, and the retro part I didn't really mind too much, but it was hard to control. I didn't really know what to do, and apparently I experienced a bug where you couldn't combine two items that you were supposed to combine. So, gameplay tips will appear at appropriate times to teach you the mechanics of the game. You can turn these tips on or off or change the command system at any time in the settings tab. Yay! Hide all tips. With Lakmir's words echoing about your head, you stumble a bit in until the world ceases. It's lurching. You stand before the gatekeeper mountain. The gatekeeper mountain. An ornate door, framed by a series of skulls, is fashioned into the rock wall. Oh. Inventory. Got a sword. The rusted and pitted dirt looks as if it's seen better days. Were we supposed to bring a torch and courage? Spells, outfit, archive items, right? You can have lots of things. There's a radial menu if you click on stuff. The entrance. Oh. You can drag and... Not sure if you can zoom with the mouse. Yeah, you can. Okay, many different levels probably later. In the tower. Also... You look upon yourself with apprehension, not knowing whether you are fully prepared for this strange adventure. Use thyself on what? This looks like a skull. A faint glow forms within the eye sockets of the bleached skull. You jump as the lower jaw rattles. Come on, boy, I haven't got all day. Pick me up. You ask the skull if it is in fact talking to you. That's right, boy, the thing replies. Name's Yorick. Now pick me up and take me with you. There's something underneath me that is not so comfortable. A rather irritated voice emanates from the skull on the ground. About time you got here. Pick me up and let's start this quest of yours. Okay. It's Murray! You nearly dropped the skull when it begins to speak. About time, boy. You have no idea how long I've been here. You can call me Yorick. I have no recollection of how I got here, but I do know plenty about this castle. If you need help on this quest of yours, just speak to me and I'll give you a hint. You can make the dialogue box bigger so you can read back. Hey. The metal key has several strange etchings on its shaft. Thank you. You put your key in the satchel. Looks broken. It looks like this is missing something, eh? The circular indent in the archway suggests that something belongs in this slot. The thick green roots twist through the dense foliage. The torch. A healthy flame rises from the torch, illuminating your surroundings. Use the lit torch on. The damp underground resists your attempts at lighting it on fire. That's a pity. An ornate stone archway replete with carved skulls frames an ominous entrance set into the side of the mountain. Have a look at the entrance. Iron bands bind the rough-hewn wooden planks that compromise this door. The door is locked. Use the key on. You turn the key, unlocking the door. After a moment, you toss the key aside. Why would I do that? Should have put Yorick in the door, right? Use Yorick with door. Hit Yorick. Why should I hit him? Littering! Exactly. The door opens with an eerie creak. Let's go inside. Ooh. Without warning, a pair of glowing eyes.
Was a fool to send a child to do that which even the vaunted Circle of 12 could not. Contain my growing power. Come if you wish. It makes little difference. Seal your fate within this living castle of the dead.
Okay, I couldn't read fast enough before it started speaking. So, dark voice invades your mind. The apparition fades, leaving a trail of cold air behind it. There are torches here. That's going back. There you go. Ah, you can replace your old torch. An ancient wooden lever protrudes from an iron plate set in the floor. This looks like a trap. The pattern on this once fine rock has been dulled by time. Its edges have become frayed and torn. Let's burn it! The rock bursts into flame, sending a cloud of smoke up towards the vaulted stone ceiling. Sorry, rug. What's that? This circular hatch is made of a strange stone set securely within a mortared base. Some enchantment has sealed it shut. Perhaps a magic spell would open the hatch. But I don't know any magic. A cold mist swirls about your feet, casting a surreal pall over this stone-arched antechamber. And that? What's that? The runes on the archway glow with a mystical energy. You feel more than hear a low thrum of power. Breaking entering. Yeah, it's, you know, I'm just being thorough. A strange pattern unlike anything you have seen before is carved into this solid iron door. The door is locked. Pull it. The lever moves under the force of your blow. In response, a stone section slides away from the wall, revealing an opening that holds a key. You struggle with both hands to turn the key in the stubborn lock. Satisfying click echoes through the chamber as you toss the key aside. Littering again. The door easily swings open. A damp, musty breeze wafts out from behind an altar set within the stone alcove. You note that the long hallway continues further into the mountain. All the torches. A damp, musty breeze wafts. Okay, what about the corpse? Giving the skeleton a quick once-over, you find no obvious cause of death. You do, however, have a bad feeling about it. This scroll. This rolled up parchment is secured with a dab of candle wax. Open it. You carefully open the scroll. You read the message scrawled on the scroll. Fandril, this missive is of utmost importance. We must coordinate our efforts. Seek my obelisk in the acolyte den below the sewers. I fear the worst is upon us, but I have plans in motion that may yet avert disaster. It is signed with the name Lakmir. Lakmir to Fandril, okay. Take it with? Yes. My guess is you want to be talking to the one that got you into this mess. Head in that direction. Yorick finishes rather unhelpfully. What's this then? The old musty smell emanating from this book hints at its age. Strange markings and glyphs line the stone pillar that enshrouds this statue, one that depicts a hooded figure with a darkened visage. True. Open the book. Something shifts under your feet as you open the book. No. Oh, you can scan. What? No, you scan the ancient manuscript, noticing most of the language is unintelligible. However, one particular word stands out from the rest. Invocan. In your mind's eye, you see glyph glowing with power and quickly write down the strange marking in your spellbook. Learn to spell. The translation of the spell glyph is Invocan. Your mind glimpses some spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. Use the Invocan spell on what? Your sweat beads your brow. Sweat beads your brow as you concentrate on the glyph and then release the spell. The power of your magic flies about in a spectacular fashion, but does little else. I thought I could invoke the dead person and talk to them. How rude. You're a wizard. You're a wizardary. Do it. Do the flingy thingy. Flingy thingy with the with the wand. Okay, invoke the power of the altar here. Although your spell is powerful, it bounces uselessly against the cold, dead stone. Okay. What's that? It looks like something, but it's nothing. There was, yeah, okay, there was a torch there. Candle thingy. Yep. Alright. You visualize the glyph in your mind and focus your will. When the pressure builds to an uncomfortable level, you release the spell with the word. The power dissipates as quickly as it did. Brute force. After a moment, you release the spell. With an exception of an annoying headache, nothing else resulted from the spell. So, down in the acolytes, whatnot. Ah, okay, we can go here. That's a transition. I was looking for that. You're a hairy wizard, Harry. That's correct. A series of ancient doors encircle this small hallway. It looks as if a battle may have been fought here long ago. With a lot of fantasy, yes. What's in the satchel? Open it. You rummage through the sack and find a scroll. You put this in your satchel while discarding the sack. How very precise this is all. Danger. You tear... Oh, I tore it. While the writing is difficult to discern, you manage to glean a few key phrases. The danger is real. Alert the surrounding lands. Blah, blah, blah. No, seal off the passages into the Gatekeeper Mountains. The wax seal shows an eagle in flight and is signed by someone named Andril. The danger is real. That's boarded up. With a creak of protest, the door opens. Beckons. A dry, decaying smell wafts out from this doorway. Ew. A chill, fell air blows from this doorway. Yeah, that's not better, is it? Tim, the wizard. Look at this. Teeth chattering, you stand within the cold cellar, hugging yourself for warmth. A creature made of ice hovers playfully on the far side of the room. A long white object is frozen inside this piece of ice. Yay! You bring the lit torch close to the ice. It takes a few moments, but eventually the ice melts away, revealing a scroll hidden within. Give it here. You unroll the scroll, careful not to rip it. You roll the parchment up, careful not to rip the ancient artifact. Could I please read it? As you scan the scroll, one particular word almost seems to jump out at you. A gap. A gap. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph, glowing with power, and quickly write down the strange marking in your spellbook before before the scroll crumbles in your hands. You realize that you really can't talk anymore and should play something where you don't need to read so much. You have learned a spell. What would be the charge for casting spells all willy-nilly about the place? I feel like that must be crime too. Did we even learn what the spell does? No. Not yet. You sense a huge weight, like a stone, opening itself to some mystery beyond. Your mind glimpses some spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. So, consciousness, edge, spectral person, stone weight, lift. Open. Talk open. So we'll invoke the wisp. The chill from the elemental causes you to miscast your spell, creating a small explosion. The ice elemental responds by blowing cold air in your face. Sorry. Well, then we try the other thingy. Same. Maybe if we use the torch to thaw the whole room. They are blue though. Yeah, it could have that. It could have that. Do you know the old MacVenture games? Let's see if we can oldie timey. There's no reason to make it look horrible like this. The audio is nice though. Let's see, normal graphics. But the original games are not really bad. They are very tough though because they are on a timer, and the timer is special. And learning about the timer is important. Kind of cool. But that's where you really need to learn the game. A strange entity made entirely of solid ice and cold vapor hovers about the room in front of you. You've heard of a magical orb that can capture creatures like this. I don't have a magical orb that captures creatures like this. The icy chill from this room cuts straight through your clothes and bleeds you into your bones. Bye. You put your shoulder to the door and shove it open. The smell of brimstone rises within this chamber as a pair of glowing eyes watch your every move from an opening in the far wall. The thing is, as soon as you get how the timers work, it doesn't matter. But you can also play the new version here, which offers you much in terms of how hardcore you want it to be. And you can have Yorick help you out, and there's so it's about the torches. Nice doggy. We've got a shield and a hammer. You lash the iron shield securely to your forearm. I thought it was called latch. The dragon notices you, moves its ponderous weight, and begins gathering a breath. Oh, don't you dare. Let's put a helmet on real quick. You place the small helm on your head. The fit is a bit snug. With a roar, the ancient beast releases a scorching stream of fire at you. You raise your iron shield just in time to block the dragon's flame, dispersing it harmlessly to either side of you. You put the hammer in your satchel. Gathering another breath, the dragon releases a superheated stream of fire at you. You lift your iron shield and once again block the fiery flame, although this time you can actually feel the heat. Cold. It's a lizard dog. With this shout, you launch yourself towards the dragon, swinging your hammer over your head. The ancient dragon shifts its weight and fires a blast of scorching flame right at you. You barely manage to raise your shield in time to block the dragon's flame. While the shield protects you, it glows red hot. I think it's time to leave. Ooh. You manage to rush from the room before the dragon can release a blast of fire. Teeth chattering, you stand within the cold cellar, hugging yourself for warmth. Outfit. Glowing shield. It's thoroughly warped by the intense heat it has endured. You have serious doubts in its ability to protect you much longer. The dented and pitted helm sits askew on your head. Askew? Think. A series of ancient doors encircles this small hallway. The decay, right? Decay. With stone tombs lining the walls of this musty crypt, there's an ancient, almost reverent air to this place. Reverent? Reverend? Take the torch. That wasn't a torch. You hit the torch with a mighty punch that forces it downwards. You hear a mechanism release and then a rumbling beneath you. You jump back as the tomb in the center of the room slowly moves across the floor, revealing a stairway leading down. Oh god. New shield, maybe? An indistinct yet noble-looking warrior has been carved into this sarcophagus. A bas-relief carved on the tomb is of an ancient figure brandishing a sword. A cowled, shadowy figure is carved on the lid of this crypt. The likeness of a regal figure has been engraved on the lid of this tomb. Could do with a sword. When you open the tomb, a horrific creature is released, letting out a piercing cry that cuts into your very being. It's the Banshee, harbinger of death and disease. You feel a momentary stabbing pain before the spectre winks out of existence. You take stock of yourself, concerned about the stabbing pains in your stomach and the spreading green pallor of your skin. However, the iron shield strapped across your arm gives you some measure of comfort. A round orange item sits inside the tomb. As you grasp the large orange thing, it becomes painfully clear that it is a pumpkin. Your vision clears and the episode passes. Huh. Whoa, that was intense. You play around with the pumpkin. After a moment you stop, having grown bored. We carve it. You wield the dirk with an expertise you didn't know. Possessed. You lop off the top and carve a creepy face, transforming the pumpkin into a rather impressive looking jack-o'-lantern. Yes! That was on a hunch. I like it. So now we put a torch inside. The torch failed to do anything constructive to the pumpkin. Oh, that is such a pity. Let's go downstairs. It's an ancient pumpkin. This room reminds you of the Elven Funhouse at King Otto's Fair. Right? You remember? You remember taking a sister hoping to lose her in the reflective maze. Oh. Yay, another torch. You see a warped reflection of yourself in the mirror, noting that you look nothing like when you started this adventure. You see a warped reflection of yourself in the mirror, noting that you look... You run your fingers along the mirror's frame, looking for hidden latches or releases. Nothing. How about this one? Oh. Oh, I know. Invoke. You visualize the glyph in your mind and focus your will. When the pressure builds, nothing. Magic is really not as easy as Harry Potter makes it look. Seated at the bottom of the opening is a metal door, locked securely in place. Open metal door. In a tense moment of holding your breath, you release the spell with a word. The magic backfires in a spectacular fashion. That would be fun if it didn't hurt so much. Yeah. It's a bit odd. Oh. Oh no. So this is how they link. In the old game, you would have to draw a map. What's this? The large rock sits squarely on the floor. Or maybe the other spell is to lift things. No. So there are no secret latches or anything. I'm gonna take the... Take the torches out. And put the burning one in the middle. Nothing happened, okay. When you used it on the chamber, okay. Nice. Brute force. With all your might, you swing the hammer at the mirror. Oddly enough, the weapon just bounces off the glass. Perhaps the mirror is enchanted. I would think so. I shall be back. You can smell heavy damp air from within this doorway. Within a large cavern, you find yourself on the shore of a placid underground lake. You sense something large and ominous deep below the surface of these black waters. It is hard to tell from this distance, but you think you see a skeleton chained to a rock. Perhaps you need to get a closer look. Somehow. I know. We trap the ice spirit in the orb thingy, and then we throw it on the water, and then it's frozen, and then we can walk over and have a look. Right? A magnificent waterfall cascades from the mouth of an ancient stone statue over here, painstakingly carved into the cavern wall. Below it, an undulating mass of water hovers playfully above the river. For you. Hovering before you is an entity made entirely of water and mist. The liquid elemental continuously forms and reforms in a hypnotic way. You've heard of a magical orb that can capture creatures like this. And then there's a secret symbol. This marking looks like a dwarven craftsman's stamp. Having cut a deep furrow into the rock of this cavern, an underground river rushes past you into a large crevasse. There, they have been puking a bit. Okay. Let's reread the scroll. Andrew, this misses seek my obelisk in the acolyte den below the sewers. Craftsman symbol. clicked outside the window, sorry. There was something on the skeleton. Ah, your rough handling produces a piece of parchment and a scroll which you put in your pack. You read the hastily scrawled writing on the parchment. Since it is the only means to capture and control the elementals, you must hide the silver orb beyond the waters of the sewer. You read the message scrawled on the page. Brown, I have your dog. If you wish to see the flying ace again, then bring the 3 pumpkins to the place beyond the harvest door, but be wary, for only one outfitted in a mask of the hallowed Eve can gain entrance. Oh. 3 pumpkins. Save the dog! So we go back to the crypt. And find the other pumpkins. The lid slides open with a grating moan. With stone tombs lying... Okay, there's nothing in there. An eerie creek. I seem to remember that the castle was more hospitable once upon a time. Your excess and indignation. The lid opens with an eerie creak, and there's no pumpkin inside. Oh, use the mummy. You can use the mummy. Open. Of course we invoke them, right? Nah, that didn't work. You have a good night indeed, hopefully, Sabaton. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Super excited about Last Epoch. I'm going to stream that on Friday with the Rogue. And on Wednesday with the Beastmaster. Take care. I'm gonna burn him. The ancient wrappings are so dry that they almost disintegrate in the flames. As it burns, a scroll tumbles to the floor, having escaped the fire. A drawing of 6 rectangular shapes are drawn on the parchment. Several lines point to the shapes with writing underneath. Read 2 of their notations. This mirror leads through the furnace and into the castle beyond. And these mirrors require power to activate and will teleport to places strewn across the castle de Mesne. What? Something. Da, da, da. They require power to activate. Yeah, well, that's alright. Oh. Ah. 2 gears and a scroll. The handwritten scroll is faded and difficult to read, but you can make out one passage. When Majal's tail lights the northern skies and the alignments are in harmony, then shall you take the circle runes of water and fire and the all-seeing eye and place them with the great eagle that sits on the one tree. Right. Gears. This large gear has a series of runes and glyphs inscribed on it. Okay. As the mummy burns, a mask falls to the ground. The horrible visage of this wooden mask resembles a witch from a children's tale. Equip. The thing smells terrible and makes it difficult to see. Forge. Mummy. Already had a pumpkin, right? Okay. What's the timer? 20 minutes. I think I'll stop here. Not because it's not fun, because this is fun. Right? You can't even see the mask up here in the little picture. Feign interest in his rock collection only to get access to deified cats. What? Work. You be safe, Deviate Fish. Thank you so much for watching and for being generous. I appreciate it. Take care. So I'll switch to Alien Isolation and scare myself to sleep.